Almost ready. Hold on. All right. Okay. That's the right camera. Yeah, it is. Yay. How we doing, everybody? Tyler here. This is the Wednesday Irish Dance live stream. I'm not very creative with names of things, so that's what we're calling it. All right. So let's go ahead and start going. So what I want to do with this, and just kind of with my schedule, it works that Wednesday is the day that I can do this consistently. So Wednesday Irish Dance live stream. There we go. I'm tuning in from my Chicago location, so I made the trip over to Chicago. So that's why the scenery is a little different. I got my like evil villain chair here, and then some of you might remember this from previous videos, but this is my dance space now. So yeah, there's your checkers. I came back here, and a bunch of them had fallen off because they're attached by like these little stickies, and so that the wall doesn't get damaged. And those stickies can hold foam for a certain amount of time, but then they kind of wither and fall off. So I had to take a little bead of super glue in each corner on the stickies, not the wall, and keep the walls from getting damaged. But yeah, so spent a day putting that back together. Yeah. So I figured with these live streams, kind of like the first one, we'd hang out, listen to some tunes, talk Irish dance. You know, this pandemic has stunk on so many levels. Damn panic, I've heard it been called now. Because I don't get to go around as much and do my workshops and teach as much as I want to. I love talking about it all. I love chatting, and I'm sure you all miss that as well. So this is kind of a place for that, an avenue to spit the dance. You know, all of you learning Irish dancing in your own levels and your own ways. If you guys have any questions on tricks, steps, things you're working on personally, and you want to chat about it here, you know, this is a community. We're all here together, and so we can talk about it, we can dance through it. Some of the bigger things that we talk about here, like if there's a specific trick that you want to go over, or you know, the key to kicking your bum or something like that. I figure the camera that's on the dance floor, I can hit the record on that, and we can save that as an actual video chunk. So on top of the live streams always being posted on the YouTube, we'll also have those bite-sized chunks as their own separate video. So I figure we're going to get a little bit of everything in that way. So yeah, if you have any questions on dancing, if you want to talk about, you know, like thoughts on current things within Irish dancing, competitive performance, how was you guys' St. Patrick's Day festivities? You know, let's talk about it. Mine was very chill. This was one of the first St. Patrick's Days, well, kind of like last year as well. Before last year and this year, my St. Patrick's Day schedule was always crazy busy. Lots of performances flying around, either on tour or, you know, when I was younger, dancing with my dance school. This year and last, I took it upon myself to crack open a Guinness, kick the feet up, and actually take a break. You know, I don't know how many times I'll get that opportunity on St. Patrick's Day to not do anything. You know, so I watched some of the performances. Like a few schools were doing performances. I was tuning into those live streams. Virtual claps, and yeah, just relaxing and enjoying it. Let's go through some of these chats. So, oh, Jackson's on. How are we doing, Jackson? Okay. Again, I am terrible with names and pronouncing things. I was a math major in school, not an English or writing major, so if I pronounce anybody's names wrong, please don't take that personally. I will give it my best attempts. I'm terrible, and I know people pronounce my name wrong all the time too, so yeah. Hi, Tyler. Good evening from Kislani. Hi. Good evening. Are you well today? Saw your coma video. So funny. Yeah, I put that on TikTok a little bit back. Thought it was really funny. It was a trend that was going on in TikTok. Name something that would like a song that would bring you out of a coma, and I picked that FEIS music that would always be playing during results. It always made you nervous. It's like that was the first thing I thought of, so I had to do that stitch real quick. Yeah. Greetings. Oh, so funny, cute Irish song would make it. Yep. Oh, it definitely would. Greetings from Budapest. That's so cool. I can't wait to be able to travel again. We can throw that on the list. Budapest, Hungary. That'd be so cool to visit. How we doing, Ian? Hope you're doing well. Um, Ian's a fantastic dancer out of Omaha, Nebraska. He also does a few other different types of Irish dance, or different types of dance, right, Ian? You do other forms of dance along with the Irish dancing. So you take what you've learned with Irish dancing and apply that to other things, other dance forms. Super cool. Greetings from Cincinnati, Ohio. All right, hi. I was just in Ohio 2 weeks ago. I was in Dayton, and I do not know how far away that is from Cincinnati. I should know, but I don't. Maybe that's close. I drove right through because I was driving from Delaware, where we were doing real rhythm stuff. Drove straight through Ohio to Chicago. Emma says hello. Hi, how are we doing? Happy late St. Patrick's Day to you all. Hope you're all doing well. Swing dances, yes, Ian. That's the one. I knew it was something like that. Yeah, so cool. Gonna be working on the treble reel click step state. Nice. So that was actually from a collaboration day, like a day of inspiration that a fantastic dancer, Kira Sexton, was throwing together. It was 24 hours with 24 speakers, one every hour, and I was one of those slots. And my hour-long lesson was on a kind of an introductory, intermediate click step, where we're doing treble reel rhythms, a little, more on the basic side, simple rhythms, but throwing in the heel clicks and not just like separate on their own, but intertwined into the rest of the rhythm. So it wouldn't be like trebles and trebles, stop everything, do a click, stop everything, and then do the trebles again. It was like trebles into a click, trebles out of a click. So it was all kind of combined. And while I was doing that live stream, I figured, why not throw that on the YouTube for all of you lovely people to watch as well. All right. Greetings from Austria, Nina. So glad you joined the chat. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing well. Do they celebrate St. Patrick's Day out there in Austria? Like, I once celebrated St. Patrick's Day while I was in Tokyo, Japan. I was promoting a tour out there, and I had no idea that they also had a parade. This was years ago. They did a parade. They had Irish dance schools from Tokyo perform. They had Irish dancing. They had Irish food. It's crazy. So I'm sure they do. I'd love to know how they celebrate it in Austria. Everybody's Irish for the day, Kislani. Tyler, do you remember the first time you started dancing with loose arms instead of the rigid arms, instead of the rigid ones by your sides? How old were you roughly? So it was right around when I started doing more professional work, by the way. I'm having my normal tea that I have with these live streams. I always get a tea ready. Let's put that on the board. How do I do that? I used to know how to do that. Oh, yeah. All right, this is what we're answering right now. So that'll, people coming in and out, you'll know what we're talking about. First time I started using my arms. So in Irish dancing, traditionally, we want to keep our arms at our sides, right? And we do that. There's a bunch of different, there's a million and one old fairy tales and stories as to why we keep our arms down. Some say, when British occupation in Ireland, they banned all forms of dance. So in Ireland, they had all these, half doors, so you could open up the top part and the bottom part, separately. So people would have the half doors open, the top half, but the bottom half down. And It's one of my favorite stories when the British patrol would come through. They'd look through the half doors and they'd look through the windows and they'd see this, but they wouldn't see the dancing going on underneath. I always thought that was a silly, fun reason. Um, yeah, but honestly, in modern times, we bring our arms at our sides to showcase the control in our dancing. On a competitive level, it doesn't move at all. But recreationally and all that, we show control in our upper body, and that shows control in our dancing. If our top half is, full on controlled and our bottom half is chaotic, it shows, we're making it look easy. And a lot of what Irish dancing is making things look easy, making crazy things look easy. And so, recreationally and performance-wise, we start to loosen up those arms a little bit. Now, while we're doing that and we're kind of a little bit more loose and fun with the arms, it isn't like, uncontrollable like those wacky waving inflatable tube men, you'd see at auto like car dealerships. There's still a control in the chest and the shoulders back and all of that. The arms might be like kind of help, being a little bit more loose, but there's still control there. And I'd say the first time I started dabbling into that would have been kind of in my high school years, getting into the college years. I started doing more performances. I always saw myself as a competitive dancer and not a performance dancer. But when I perform, there was less of that, rigid, arms have to be down. So I'd kind of move with the dance a little more. I found it pretty fun. And so that has become a bit of my style. Like if I'm doing just solos or, like when I was performing down in Disney World, I was doing my solos. Gave it a little bit of arms, when needed, when it was appropriate. Made it more fun. Yeah. So, yeah, depending on what you're trying to do, arms can help, they can really enhance the dancing you're doing. You never really want them to distract away from the dancing. Or maybe you do. No. That's usually what I would tell, what I tell dancers is you ultimately don't want your upper body to be distracting, because what you're doing is super impressive. You're doing these crazy rhythms and doing these crazy tricks, but if your arm's moving around and reacting in the wrong way, it takes away from that trick. Your eyes go to the arms instead of the feet. So it's something you always kind of have to be careful of. Cool. Oop. Just got a call. Oh. I'll call them back. Reminds me I should be in airplane mode or something, or that's where the music went. Alright. Hope my mic is doing alright too. You notice I don't have my cool clip-on thing today. I actually broke. Sad story. It broke, so I had to I sent it in to get replaced. So this is just a computer microphone today. So it'll be better in the future. I promise you that. But today we're doing computer mic. So hopefully that sounds all right. Okay. Nina says, yes, we celebrate, but without the parades. Yeah. No parades over here as well, unless it was just a little one or something. Gotta be safe. You do beginner treble. Can you do a beginner treble reel? Alright, so if you go on my channel, I just released a 4-part series for beginner treble reels. For St. Patrick's Day, actually, so that you could perform a little treble reel for your virtual St. Patrick's Day party or your safe St. Patrick's Day party. So there's 4 different steps, and you learn them. They start off, a little bit on the easy side, and then they get progressively more challenging. That is on my channel. Shouldn't be hard to find. If you can't find it, though, let me know, and I can try and point you in the right direction. I'd say we'll go there. But, yeah. Hey, Jackson, how you doing, bud? Hopefully you're doing well. On that story once, Emma, yeah, the why do Irish dancers keep their arms down? The half door story. It's a good one. There's a lot of them. There's another one I heard. Irish dancing was invented in the line for the bathroom. I always thought that was a funny one. You know, dancing around, but in like a subtle way. Jackson asks, "What's your favorite dance?" I'll try and get to as many of these questions as I can, guys. So I'm gonna thank you for tuning in and hanging out with us. Yeah, I think the super chats jump up ahead of everybody else. Not to throw that out there, but if you're enjoying this and you enjoy this type of thing and the videos we've been doing, I have my Patreon and you can be a channel member now on top of being a subscriber. But super chats also another way to support the channel. Yeah. What's your fave dance? Real heavy jig. Oh man. Can I say set dance? Is that a cheating? Is that a cheat? Am I cheating by saying that? My favorite dance are all the set dances. Here's my reason for that. See, competitively, right? If we're talking competitive Irish dancing or just performance, for the most part, musicality kind of goes away. You go on stage and you dance to any kind of reel or any treble jig or any like this reel, and there's such cool moments in the music, and it'd be so great to be able to create a reel to this music and like jump when it goes boom, ba da 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 boom. But you can't, because you can't really predict what reel you're gonna get at a competition. Now, a set dance, you get to pick your set, you get to pick your speed, you get to pick all of that stuff. So, certain set dances have different ups and downs in the tune, different stories and whatnot, and you can really create a whole lot more musicality with that. So, when I was older, I loved creating set dances because I could play around with the music more. If the music went like do 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 boom, I could go trouble 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 bang and like go right with it. So I love set dances for that reason. But if I had to get more in depth, I'd say probably treble jig. That might change next week, but right now I'm feeling treble jig. Treble jig sets, to be specific. Going into details, yeah, so much loose arms. Paranormal Explorer. What are good treble drills for beginners? Ooh. Okay. Alright. I'm going to hold on to that because I have to put on my shoes. I'm in my slippers. Good treble drills for beginners. So, we got to head over to the dance camera for that. There's a lot of them, but let's go from the very beginning. I see a lot of people getting into hard shoe right away, and the thing is, here's the thing. I always recommend learning soft shoe before hard shoe, because unlike tap dance, there's a hold that we have. There's a hold that we have in Irish dance where we're up off of our heels, and you learn all that technique through doing soft shoe exercises. When you first start Irish dancing, you learn how to go up on your tiptoes and do Irish dancing without dropping your heels, and then you do well enough that you earn your hard shoes, and then you keep that technique. So now you have your hard shoes on, and your heels are off the floor. And then when you're doing your regular trebles, there's no extra heels dropping and no muddy rhythms, extra sounds that we don't want. So, but let's talk about good treble drills for beginners. Okay, so let's see if I'm so rough at these things. Okay, treble drills. Good treble drills for beginners. Okay, how's it looking? Hopefully you can hear this. Okay. I'm going to hit the record button so we can get these for the videos. All right, what are good treble drills for beginners? All right, beginners. So not intermediate, not advanced, not anything like that. So we're going to strip away a whole lot of things. Namely, when we're in our normal footing for hard shoe, we want to be off our heels. That way when we're doing our trebles, it's clean and we're not doing, there's no extra heels dropping to muddy up those rhythms that we want. So simple drills, we go right back to the basics. We have our first position. Let's see if I can move forward. We have our first position, and then we have our third position. Okay, heel to toe. And then in hard shoe, I preach a lot about lifted third, or what some people call a prep. Lifted third is just picking up that front leg, heel to toe, like so. Okay, so it's not like a dead fish foot. It's picked up and flexed, and from here and close to your back leg. Okay, so not like out here, but close to your back leg is our prep. So third, lifted third. And this is how we prep into our trebles. When you hear, treble drills, and you hear like brush forward, brush back. Well, you want that starting point to be here, and learning this is super important. So from here, we brush up and we brush back, almost like a brush, like we're like sweeping the floor. Sweep back, and from there, that's our sound. That's what we want. And down the road, you'll be able to use your ankles more to like get those rhythms. But you really have to start at the very beginning, and that's using your actual leg to do the work, not the ankle. So all the way brushing out, and then always brushing back. And that reset spot is right underneath you again. So you don't want it to go and be out here. You want it to still be here. So if you wanted to do 2 in a row, you'd be able to do that. Now from here, if I said switch your feet, we could also do that. And that's the basis of treble switching. Okay? I'm trying to do it without dropping my heel, but for now, again, beginners, it's okay to drop your heels for now, but ultimately you want that pulled up and back as well. But when you're first learning it, 1, 2, switch, 1, 2, switch, 1, 2, switch, and practicing things like that. Ultimately, you want to bring this to music as well, but again, this is ground floor, learning the rhythms, and it's super important because if you don't have a good prep, then this is the start to so many different tricks in Irish dancing. If you don't have the basis of this, when we start going faster, when we start dancing with music, you're going to be starting on the wrong foot, literally. So, super important to have those basics in that fundamental start. So, lifted third, preps. It's the place to start if you're doing beginner treble drills. So, no music, no anything. Prep, 1, 2. Kind of sounds like a treble jig. Brush back, and keep it steady and clean like that. You don't want to hear any scrapies or anything like that. Okay, you want it to be nice and clean. Yeah, and then practice on your left foot. Let's see if you can see this. I might switch over to white socks. White socks are a little bit easier to show the feet with the black backdrop. And then practicing it with a switch. So from our lifted third on the right, brush, brush, switch, brush, brush, switch, switch. Good. And then practicing as well. Hop, hop. And slowly pulling that heel off as well will also help. With switching feet. See, every time I'm prepping before, so I'm not going to. I'm like traveling on here. The further that front foot is from my center, the harder it is to make that sound. That's why it's so important to have that prep like as close to you as possible, so you can bring it out. Yeah. Trebles. This is a great ground floor start to learning hard shoe rhythm the right way and not just diving into all the sense. Yeah. Cool. All right. That's cool. So I'll have that like as a little bite-sized chunk video. I'll package that up and send it over to you guys down the way on the YouTube channel. Woo. All right. Great question. Okay. So we'll exit this, and we're back. Cool. So that's what I want to do for this channel is to do that and kind of turn your questions into videos down the road. That can hopefully be helpful for you guys. Cool. Sorry, I'm playing catch up. Let's see. Adam Morrissey. Hey Adam, was Irish dance your first choice or was tap dance? Soccer was my first choice. Soccer was my first choice for a while. I was a big time soccer player, and that's all I focused on, all I thought about. And Irish dancing helped strengthen my legs for soccer. I had the best footwork on the team, and so it was always my like secret weapon, so to speak. Then as I got older, I decided to focus more on the Irish dancing. I started, loving the Irish dancing more beyond just being cross training, and I wanted to do more with it. So soccer was the answer. And then as I was touring, I would tour alongside some amazing tap dancers, and that's where I got my interest for tap dance. Yeah, great question. Favorite dance is reel. What about you? Yep, I love the reel. A good reel. Glasgow reel is my favorite reel in particular. Look that up. Glasgow reel. You'll recognize it. It's played all the time. My friends asked me to dance for St. Patrick's Day at my church, so that was fun. A little nerve-wracking. Oh yeah, it's always interesting to dance for people that you know. But it's also, as you get older, like those are the people that are going to love you no matter what. So if you fall on your face, they're still going to be like, "That was amazing. You did so great falling on your face." So it's always a great. I've used that, like as I've grown up, as a great way to test certain, numbers and whatnot. Our first run of Real Rhythm we did to our families to, see what they thought. And if they, they're going to love it no matter what. So we felt a little safe, like trying it out there first. So yeah, it is nerve-wracking though, because, they're people you know. It's sometimes easier to perform to people that you don't know at all. And you'd be like, I'm never going to see these people again. So if I mess up, oh well, They're never going to bring it up at Christmas or at Easter or something, I heard something about Druids, and I don't. Yeah, Irish dancing coming from the old Irish Druids and all that. Yeah, there's 1,000,001 stories as to why how Irish dancing came to be what it is. I can't keep them all straight. There's a lot of books on it. Yeah. Slani, when did you go to Ireland? Northern Ireland. Favorite place on the island? My first competition over there was right around when I was like 11 years old. Did an All-Ireland championship down there. I think I got third or something. And it was pretty sick. I had so much fun in Ireland. My parents made it really fun for us. They made it really fun. And we saw all the sights. Favorite place to go in Ireland? Ooh. So I love... Sorry, I'm taking my tea bag out. And I don't have a place for it. My favorite place to go is Killarney. It's in the southwest part of the island, and there's a bunch of there's a lot of amazing sights just in that area. There's a lot of like driving rings around like the coast down there in the southwest. There's like 3 of them: Ring of Kerry, Ring of Barra, Ring of something else. and you can drive those, and they're kind of like a day drive where you drive through and see all these great sites. And so I always recommend when people go to Ireland to visit, hopefully we'll all be able to go visit soon, I always recommend that, giving it a day or two in Killarney. Dublin and Belfast and Cork and all those places are fantastic for their own reasons too. Lots of live music, lots of good stuff going on. But I think I like driving is very therapeutic to me. I like just driving, even on the wrong side of the road, with the other wheel. But just driving there, listening to good Irish music on the radio, seeing the sights. Oh, it's the best thing ever. Every time I go, I always try and make that a thing. So Killarney. And the rings of Killarney, the Ring of Beara, Ring of Kerry, and I'm forgetting one of them. There's 3 of them, though. Enrico, I just started. Sorry, guys, I'm like late on these. Totally, I know these were like done so much longer, but I'm trying to catch back up. Just started learning step dance thanks to your channel. Oh, thank you so much. That's so great to hear. Like that totally motivates me. And validates what we're doing here. This group. We've got a lot of subscribers and patrons and all this. We're building this channel to get more Irish dancing on YouTube and make it more accessible. Not just to the people who have an Irish dance school down the street, but to everybody to get a head start and to one day potentially find their way into a Irish dancing studio near them. So that's great to hear. I love that. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Favorite set of St. Patrick's Day. That is something I agree. I'm a Blackbird person, but I love St. Patrick's Day. I was actually just talking to somebody yesterday about doing tutorials on the traditional set dances. I'm always I have not done them yet because I wanted to make sure I'm doing them absolutely technically correct to what the standard is. Because traditional sets are passed down from generation to generation the same exact way. I want to make sure I have all the rules together before I do anything on here, because I don't want anybody commenting and being like, you're teaching it wrong. So I do want to teach those on the channel soon. Ooh, AC is kicking up. And it's right next to so hopefully you don't hear that. Sorry. Kisani says, challenge. Okay, challenge. Let's go. Could you dance blindfolded a little bit? Wondering if you'd be slightly disoriented. All right. I'm going to hold on to that. We're going to try that. Thank you for the... Yeah, I definitely watched that. All right, that'll be the next video. I think... Actually, I was going to put on a pair of white socks just because it's, with the black backdrop, it kind of... I feel like I lose my feet a little bit in the video. So hold on, let me just grab my white socks and we'll continue talking. All right. I find that if I'm wearing black pants with black socks and black shoes, my feet become morphed, like a blob. You can't really see where the shoes start and the feet are, especially on video. So let me just pop into the white socks and we'll do this blindfolded challenge. Now, what kind of blindfolded challenge? What am I trying to do? What kind of dance? You got to give me more. You got to give me more than that. I know I'm going to be disoriented, but I want to. You got to let me know what are we dancing? What are we doing? Emma's in. She thinks it'll be funny. I think it would be too. Thank you for the demonstration. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, take it nice and slow. That's always my recommendation. Take it nice and slow. Repetition, repetition, repetition. When anybody asks me Tyler, how do you do 10 clicks? How do you do this crazy trick? How do you do that or whatever? I tell them, I figure it out. I learn the basis of it, and I take it super slow, and then I do it hundreds and hundreds of times in a row, and then I do it hundreds and hundreds of times in a row, a little bit faster, and then a little bit faster, and then by the end of it, I've done it thousands of times, and then it's there. It's always that type of narrative. Well, I've done it a million times. So, so practice, practice, practice. Get a million trebles under your belt, and I swear you'll get so much stronger with it. That sounds like a lot to ask, but take it one day at a time and just stay on top of it. 10,000 hours is required to master something, and I believe that's very true in Irish dancing. Okay. Sorry, I'm putting on socks while I'm talking. Andrea, from Ireland, I'm jealous. What part of Ireland are you from? By Killarney at all? We were talking and saying that's my favorite part of Ireland. We got my shoes now. Glasgow, reel for the word. Yeah, always. That was my second choice, by the way, with the coma video. What tune would get me out of a coma? Glasgow reel. Ooh, how can I improve my diddlies? That's gonna be next. So we're gonna dance blindfolded, and then we're gonna talk about diddlies. By diddlies, give me more context to that. What kind of diddlies? Because that can mean a lot of things. In Irish dancing, we don't have like set names for tricks. Diddlies, I think of like a toe heel from the front foot, like a diddly toe. Let me know what you think. Give me some more context to diddlies. Ring of Kerry is absolutely breathtaking. Yeah, I'm right with you, 100%. Diego says, hi, how we doing? Where are you tuning in from, Diego? Oh gosh, the idea of anyone dancing blindfold makes me genuinely nervous. Me too, but it sounds also like a fun challenge, so I definitely have to do it. There's no choice. No choice for me. I have to do it. Hans, do you live alone or with Maddie? And what do you do with your neighbors? Right now I'm on my own out here in Chicago. Sad story. It's kind of sad. No, but I'm constantly. Actually, this month has been the first time in a very long time that I've been able to fly out and do my workshops again. So every weekend this month I've been in a different place: Ohio, Philadelphia. Next week this coming weekend I'm in Omaha, Nebraska. Shout out Ian Monahan. So I'm looking forward to getting back at all of that. But I'm out here on my own in Chicago. But my whole family is out here in Chicago as well. So spending a lot of time with them too. I actually might be living in New York this summer with Maddie. So fingers crossed on that. That'd be really fun. And whenever I'm put up, like in Disney World, I was put up in an apartment. Neighbors always hate me. So I'm always the day one. I'm always okay. I introduce myself. I'm like, hi. I always dress up nicely, and I'm like, I'm your new neighbor. I'm Tyler. I'm also a professional Irish dancer, which means I make a lot of noise, but I don't want to be annoying. So let me know if I'm ever too loud. Here's my phone number. Just text me, and I'll try and find a better spot to not cause trouble. Or I always make sure I dance or if I'm practicing anything, I do it elsewhere or away from the walls that we share or anything like that. I always try to live on the ground floor. Very important. Okay, Glasgow reel. Okay, Glasgow reel for the blindfold challenge. Okay. Could throw that on and we could do some, I don't know, some freestyles. Do the fastest step you can do. Alright, let's pair that together. Let's do some Glasgow reel, blindfolded, and maybe do some fast rhythms in there as well. How does that sound? Fast trebles in front of you while switching feet. I hope that makes sense. We'll have to play test that a little bit. We'll figure out what trick you mean. Once you're like, yep, that's great, I'll hit the record. We'll also make that a video for future reference. But for now, we're going to do this blindfolded thing. Alright. Just lacing them back up. Lacing the old chariots back up. These are my old trusty shoes. Alright. Let's find that previous. So, Dance floor. Okay, here we go. This is the challenge. We're gonna put you up there. All right, guys. Why is my live? You know, we could put more stuff in there, but let's see. Oh, that's why. Let's put you over here, and then, ta-da! Taking super chat requests. Gotta always. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I'm just adding all this stuff that I forgot to. Oh, maybe that's nicer. Let's take that. Oh no, not you. That. Oh my gosh, no. Yeah, actually, we do want to get rid of that. Do we want blue? No, we don't want blue. That's fine. All right. All right, here we go. Oh, I need to find Blindfold. Hold on. I got some ideas. All right, let's find the Glasgow wheel. Alright, that's the one. We'll do that. Okay. Okay, let's hit the old recorder. Let's make this a video. Alright, here we are. So, our challenge today is to Irish dance blindfolded. Now, before I do this and attempt it, this is maybe one of those challenges I don't recommend for other people, just because I don't want anybody to get hurt. You know, I actually I've only done one video with a buddy of mine. It was right after Bird Box. We did a blindfold challenge. We tried to dance and drum blindfolded, and I remember being super dizzy and losing my point of balance. So I wouldn't recommend this, but I am curious how it would. I'm curious how good my clicks will be and things like that when blindfolded. Yeah, so I don't recommend this. Don't do it. We're also dancing to the Glasgow reel on FEIS app. FEIS app link down below. All that stuff. They're awesome. See, I'm using this as my blindfold, which should work. Yeah. Yes, it does. Alright. No big deal. Alright. Okay, well, and we got the request of Glasgow Reel, and also a request to do fast stuff. So, yeah, let's see what we can do. Nice and easy at first. Okay, I'm still in spot. Okay. Yeah. So, whether you call it cheating or not, I did one drum and it went off the stage. My front toe came off the stage and I felt that. I think I'm going to stop. So that was enough dancing, blindfolded. Yeah. Say we did it. We tried it. Yeah. I thought I was dancing in spot the whole time, and I definitely wasn't. So again, do not try that unless you have like a friend that can make sure you don't fall or do anything. I don't know. I just wouldn't recommend it. So Tyler didn't recommend this at all, but we tried it. Thankfully, I did fall off the stage. Yeah. All right. Cool video. We did it. We tried it. Yay, Glasgow Reels. Okay. All right. Let's get back to the normal broadcast. My goodness. All right. Okay. Fastest step. Okay, we got to figure out. Let's put this like down here. Maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. Okay. I mean, no toes. My diddlies are fast trebles in front of you while switching feet. Diddlies, diddlies, diddlies. Okay. Let's check that out a little bit. Diddlies, diddlies, diddlies. Okay. Okay. Diddlies, you mean like that, like little gallops? I would call those little gallops. We all got names for different tricks. Yeah. Is that what you mean? Like, and how you combine that with other things? Things like that? Is that what you mean? Let me know. Okay. Cool. Check in on that. You know what? We're gonna put this back over here. Yeah. Yes to that. Okay. Jordan asks a great question. Have you ever found it difficult to dance in higher altitude? I'm from the Mile High, and whenever I go anywhere, come back, I feel breathing becomes difficult. So I actually did that one world record thing where it was how many heel clicks can you get in 30 seconds. I actually did that with my buddies up in Denver, and I found it incredibly challenging because it was definitely the altitude. All of a sudden, I was just having trouble breathing, and I almost got a headache from it. Yes, definitely. There's something there. I've performed in places that have higher altitude. On tour, if you're on if you have a good stage manager, they'll give you your little daily here's what's going on, here's what city we're in, but they'll also mention, hey, by the way, the altitude of this city is a mile up, or something like that. And they'll go, just so you know, we're high altitude, so gauge your dancing in that regard, because some shows are super lots of dancing. If you don't know that before you get into it, you go into this show and you're dancing a bunch, all of a sudden you have this crazy headache and you're starting to get more tired. You definitely feel it and it catches you off guard. So yeah, altitude can play a huge factor in a lot of it. I do want to try that world record on even ground, not a mile up in the air. I feel like I could do better. Thank you. You made my day. Bravery? I wouldn't call it bravery, but you're very welcome. Happy to give it the attempt. Don't think I'd call it bravery. I think that was just me being like, oh, that'd be funny. Thankfully, we didn't fall off the stage. Nice one. Thank you, Hans. Yes, exactly. Okay, fast troubles. You hated dancing in Denver. Yeah, I love Denver's one of my favorite cities. I've toured there a bunch, and I've hung out there a bunch. One of my favorite cities. Okay, yes, exactly. Okay, so let's scroll back up to your previous question on fast trebles. Diddlies. We call them diddlies. Okay, I missed it. Hold on, where is it? How can I improve my diddlies? Okay, sweet. Boom. How can I improve my diddlies? Well, let's talk about it. Okay. All right. So, diddlies. Improving your diddlies. I would call these fast trebles, or in some regards I call them gallop treble, because they sound like, you know, the sound effect of like a horse like running. It kind of sounds like a gallop. So sometimes I'd call it like a gallop treble. It's not easy. No, it's super difficult, and it's something that I work on a lot with dancers. Is separating from what's a slow treble, what's a fast treble, what's a held fast treble. A lot of more complicated steps. We'll play around with, all the different types of trebles and create these crazy combinations where it's like slow treble into fast, into held fast, into slow, instead of like all slow trebles. When we first learn Irish dancing, our trebles are always going to be more on that even rhythm. Very even rhythms, almost like a machine gun. But then we then start learning, I can put 3 rhythms into the space where we just did 2. And that's where the term sometimes I throw around triplet comes in. It's where you can fit 3 rhythms where there was once 2. So like, what would be an example? Like that, 2 trebles. I can do 3 trebles, but faster. It fits the same amount of time. It's kind of things like that, fitting more rhythms into a space within 2. So 3 instead of 2. And I talk about that in other videos. So when we look at that a slow treble, we have a very strong ankle, prep, and all of the stuff. Knee pulled up, our front foot pretty much right next to our back leg to get our brush out and brush back. We still do that, but on our release, we loosen that ankle just a little bit more, and we throw the treble more. So practicing how to do that, jumping into your treble, so instead of just going, getting that extra throw to it, loosening the ankle, and whipping that treble, instead of going brush out and brush back. Try to make it more of a jab, more of a jab with your foot than a 1-2. Okay. Then you toss into the jump to go into it off the back foot. And we have a fast treble there. And the more you can loosen that ankle, the better. In most cases, you want to use that muscle, your quad as well, your upper muscles to do that work as well. You loosen the ankle so that it does less work. It just kind of flips out. But it's all work controlled by that front leg. So where else would we go with this? We did a video similar to this a couple weeks back, separating slow and fast trebles. But kind of similar to when you're just learning regular trebles, slow it all down. Practice just that trick, Don't try and throw it into other stuff, Try to really dial in on that rhythm before putting it into your steps or wherever else you're going to be doing it. What else? So loosened ankle. Loose ankle. We want it picked up. We don't want, so if my foot's all the way away from my body, 3 in a row, I can't even get the treble out there. So it's super important, just like our regular trebles, to have it prepped going into it. Getting that treble, literally, getting that connection with the floor right in front of me, almost right underneath me. You want that to happen. If you feel like your trebles are going up here, record yourself like on an iPhone, like sideways, and see where that treble's actually going. If it's all the way up here, that's probably your main point for consistency. You want that treble to be right near you. But then also doing 2 in a row for your fast treble. You want to pick that up and get ready for that next fast treble. Okay. The back foot is so important in a fast treble. It fuels that rhythm, that treble that comes out. So if this doesn't have a punch to it, there's nothing going to be coming from this. You want that back foot to punch into the floor. Okay. Actually, you want the heel to drop. So it's a punch off the ball of the foot. Doing 2 of those in a row, same idea. You want to be able to anticipate that second time around. You don't want to go. So you don't want it to fall off. You want to keep that intensity. So when switching the feet, missed one. You want to push that back foot. Yeah. So overall, again, loose ankles, prep, start up from here, pick your knee up so that treble can happen right underneath you and not away from you, and then give a very strong back foot. That back foot strength fuels whatever treble comes out of it. So if it's just dinky, it's gonna be quiet. If you punch that back leg, it sets the bar of that rhythm so much higher. Okay, so fast trebles, diddlies, gallops, whatever you want to call them. That's a great entry kind of overview of that rhythm. So hope that helped. Cool. Awesome. Good. All right. Ta-da! All right. Let's see. Where are we now? I'm like way back. He's dancing in Denver. Kislani. Oh, bye. Hope you probably already left. Call it a day. It's midnight. Appreciate it. Yeah. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Yep. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you. Hey, Ty. I'm in online classes right now. Thought I'd pop in and say hello. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Sorry you have to deal with online classes right now. Hopefully soon we'll be able to all enjoy in-person classes again. Yeah. George Dudman is a fantastic dancer out in Ireland. Amazing rhythms. He's actually fantastic at tap as well. He blends those rhythms so well. Awesome guy. Thanks for tuning in, George. Hope you're doing well. Not going crazy. Staying in. My hair lockdown's not so fun over there right now. Nina says thank you. You're very welcome. Thank you, Nina. Yeah, so this live stream again, we're just hanging out, doing some rhythms. I'm answering your questions. We're having chats, having some tea, chilling. Yeah. Friendly reminder that if you'd like to support this channel further, I do have a Patreon now. It should be in the description below. You can visit there. Just for like the price of a coffee, you can help support this channel even further. You like the camera? You like how this all sounds and looks? It takes a little bit of money, but it also takes a lot of time to set all this stuff up. And so we have, I think, 9 patrons now since starting it. Thank you so much to all of you guys who have supported the channel further. Super thankful for that. Yeah, it's gonna help. It's gonna help me. I think mostly it's gonna help me dedicate more time each week to doing this stuff. Like I really want Wednesday Irish Dance live streams to be a thing. Like just moving forward. Tune in, an hour or so every Wednesday. Have the chats. I think that's so fun. And things like that. Spend more time editing more videos. Put up again on YouTube, a platform where we can all watch the videos and all learn things from each other for free, which is awesome. and I want to continue doing that, but it takes a lot of time out of my week. So thank you to all who have supported me there. Again, Patreon. Yep, good stuff. Yeah. Nina. Okay. Nina asks, do you have a special art to breath? Because often I start to breathe in the wrong moment. Yes. So when I was younger, I had trouble like finding those moments. I also, whenever like I tense up, I have trouble breathing through my nose. So that's always been something I've been mindful of and worked at. And younger me at times would like hold his breath. Not a good idea. I got into doing more work in the gym and doing like lifts and stuff like that. When you like lift weights, you have to exhale when you push or when you pull in. You do that, and you learn these breathing techniques. And it was really like passive. Like that's not like the main point of like going to the gym and working out to like work on your breathing. But that I remember that being super beneficial to me. Doing activities that breathing is more of a planned out thing. Yoga is another one where like part of the movements they go exhale and stretch this way. And you learn to like breathe in and exhale and breathe in and exhale. Irish dancing, it's more passive and you have to kind of find your moments. So doing more activities where there is that planned breathing in and breathing out, like for the guys maybe or girls. Actually, guys and girls, what am I thinking? Lifting weights or yoga for guys and girls. Where things are planned breathing. That really helped me. So hopefully that helps you. That is no joke. I know a lot of dancers that like hold their breath through their entire dance, and I'm like, how? First of all, you're gonna pass out. George, loving life locked away, but hopefully not long to go. Good to see you online. Yeah, hope you're doing well. Yeah, all the best to you and yours. I'm sure you're teaching a lot virtually. I'm sure you're doing a lot of stuff on the computer and all that. Oh, probably cooking the best foods while you're at home too. Cheers to you. Yeah. Not sure if anybody noticed my Loyola alumni mug. We are still in the college basketball tournament. We knocked out a #1 team last week. Feeling all good sorts of pride for my college. It's the school I went to before touring and doing all this stuff. Made sure I had my school and all that taken care of. Jordan. Yes, every Wednesday live would be so awesome. I agree. We should do this. This feels like a good thing. I'm having fun. Hopefully you guys are too. It's nice. Chill vibes. Your cool brother also, how tall are you? Oh, I am cool. Okay. I thought you were talking about my cool brother. I have 2 brothers. I think they're both cool. Yeah, no worries, man. Thanks. I appreciate that. Also, how tall are you? And did you ever dance in soft shoes? I am 5'9", so I'm not tall and I'm not super short. I'm probably on the shorter side. I don't know. But I was super short as a kid. I was probably I was the shortest kid in my 8th grade class. I know that for a fact. And then I grew in like 2 years later. I started to grow. So it took forever. I was a tiny munchkin for so long. Yeah. Kind of helped with the dancing though. This is lower to the ground. lower center of gravity kind of helped out. And I had to, competitive dance. You start in soft shoe. You start in soft shoe and you learn all your technique in soft shoe, being up on your toes, doing your step ins and your points and your positions and all that for a few years. And then you earn your hard shoes and you carry over all of that technique, being up on your toes, all that stuff, pointing your toes. The whole technique part of it all carries over. So, yeah, I had to do a few years of soft shoe, which is fun. I like the tricks in soft shoe a whole lot. Is it normal to sweat a crap ton when Irish dancing? Yes, it is. It is a very cardio heavy dance. I was just dancing down in Disney World. Um, I sweat so much. I had to wear like an Under Armour shirt underneath my costume to kind of hold in all that sweat to keep my costumes from like literally looking like I was like drenched. It is so cardio. It's like wind sprints for 14 seconds, but it's like concentrated wind sprints. So of course, I mean, it's it's intense. So if you're sweating a bunch, you're doing something right for sure. How are we doing? Germany? I haven't been to Germany in like 2 or 3 years. I miss that country so much. It's so much fun. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying all year staying safe. Um, cool. Thanks for tuning in. How was St. Patrick's Day in Germany? How is it over there? Nina, thanks. I'm just going to bed because it's already midnight at my home. Yeah, we might. I think five is like we might. I'm trying to find like the best time where everybody can key in. Might be 4, might be a better hour, just an hour earlier, but we'll play around with that. But thanks for tuning in. Hope you had fun. We had some fun playing around with some of those steps. Yeah. Samina, how we doing? 1 a.m. Oh my gosh. Hope you're doing well. Um, yeah. I'm trying to do my math correct on like okay, because I know there's a lot of you tuning in from overseas. Um, yeah, so we might pull it a little earlier. I don't know. We'll see. Quiet this year, yeah. And St. Patrick's Day is very loud. It's a very loud holiday. I think that the whole point of it is making noise and celebrating. Everybody's Irish on St. Patrick's Day, and so yeah. Mine was a very quiet St. Patrick's Day as well. This is the first. Oh, last year as well. Uh, Normally, I'm super busy doing a million shows and features and X, Y, and Z. So many different things. Performing either on tour or whatever. Um, this year, didn't. I mean, there's a few things I could have done, but I decided to just take it off and crack open a Guinness, kick my feet up, watch some Irish dancing on the internet, the live streams and whatnot elsewhere, and just relax. I don't know how many times I'm going to get to say that. St. Patrick's Day is a very busy time for Irish dancers, but I took this one off. Yeah. Did you ever consider joining the big shows like Riverdance or Lord of the Dance? Actually, earlier in this live stream, I was saying uh, that um, I never considered myself a performer. I love competing. I love the process of like creating a dance, fine tuning it, taking it to the local competition. What worked, what didn't. Take it back to the studio, retool it, bring it to the bigger competition. I loved that, the process of it all. So I never saw myself as a real performer until later on down the road. Um, so I never really had an inspiration of like, wow, Riverdance, I want to be a part of that. I know a lot of colleagues of mine that was like their goal. I need to be in Lord of the Dance. I need to be in Riverdance. I never wanted to perform, so I was just like, I want to win a world title and maybe get 10 heel clicks. Those are always my two goals. um, and I only thought that there were those two shows too. Like I was like, there's only Riverdance and Lord of the Dance, right? Turns out there's a million and one different Irish dancing shows out there. You just kind of have to look for them. Um, and some of them are really nice shows, really fantastic. Like some make it more modern, some take it in a different direction. I was part of a show called Rock and Road to Dublin that took Irish dancing to rock and roll music. That's so awesome. So I kind of looked at all of it without any lens of like, well, is this Riverdance? Well, is this Lord of the Dance? Like it's different. Um, I never really wanted to do either of them, and so not to take anything away from them. I think they're both. I think the biggest and best shows out there for Irish dancing, but I just never had that as a goal. Now, 3 years ago, I got reached out to by Riverdance to join their North American tour. It was just going to be like a 6-week stint or something really, really short. I was going to be in Riverdance for like a little bit, so I had to be flown into Dublin, and it was like a crash course of the whole thing of Riverdance to learn for that tour. And unfortunately, during that rehearsal, I injured my Achilles. And it was serious enough that I actually, beyond not getting to do that tour, that Riverdance tour, I also had to call out of my Christmas tour, a few different other tours and opportunities and workshops that I had planned. I was out for a couple of months. Achilles is a no-joke injury, and so I did have an opportunity to be a part of Riverdance, and I lost it. Rats. But maybe you never know what the future holds, and maybe I'll be a part of one of those shows down the road. I think they're fantastic. I have a lot of friends in both of those shows. Amazing dancers, amazing music. Yeah, I think those shows. I mean, the biggest thing I see from those shows is they tour around the planet, not just like America and Ireland or whatever. They go around the planet, and the reason why there's so much love for Irish dancing in all parts of the world now is because of those two shows. So, you know, I have so much gratitude for them, for what they did, for the art form, making it as big as it is really because of them. So, big stuff there, yeah. Tamina, you're on the same level, yeah. This personal opinion, so just an opinion, not a fact, not, you do you, world, but I wanted my degree. School comes first, in my opinion. And so, yeah, there's always time to dance. There's always time to do all that stuff. But you want to have your education. You want that. Um, I totally agree with you there. And I've found that joining the professional world of Irish dancing with a degree and the critical mindset that I learned in college has really helped me decipher through a lot of interesting situations, like contract negotiations and real big boy adult things. I feel like I have a better head on my shoulders because of it. So for that reason alone, I think education is fantastic. Get your degree, get your schooling done, get that out of the way, and then have your fun touring, have your fun doing all that stuff. I always recommend that to younger dancers that have aspirations for performance, because also. So two other points to that, from friends I know that have gone on tour at 18 and then tried to go back to college after tour. It's a lot harder when you're older to go back to the schooling. Like once you leave it, you lose all that mindset and the structure of like going to class and going to class and going to class, taking tests, and you lose that mojo that you've been building for years and years. When you take a break from that, it's hard to get back. And then also, Irish dancing and all this stuff is so awesome and fun, but knock on wood, you could break a leg tomorrow. A pandemic could happen, and all tours can shut down. You never know what's going to happen, and it's always good to have safety nets, have security, have backup plans, have all these things in mind. So I got my degree in education, elementary education. So I'm certified school teacher here in America, from kindergarten, like little guys, ages 5, all the way up to 9th grade, so like 15, so like 5 years old to 15 years old. Like I'm qualified with a degree to educate those individuals. And I might go back to teaching in the school, but right now I'm enjoying teaching this and performing and doing my dancing while my legs are still moving somewhat fast. But should anything happen, knock on wood, where I need to switch gears, I have that opportunity. I have that option. So it's always good to have options. Always have options. Yeah. All right, rant over. You need to send me one. That's amazing. Nothing's better than actually, I like Smithwick's a little bit more, but Guinness, yes. Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. St. Patrick's Day with Guinness. You can't name a better duo. I don't think you can. Oh my gosh, I I wish I could pronounce. I know it's not Gatan. I know it's not that. But thank you for the message from France. And now I haven't been to France in like 5 or 6 years. It's been way too long. Give all the advice, practice. Oh, for sure. Model for dancers. Oh, well, thank you so much. Keep dancing. Keep doing your thing. Um, you have to shoot me a message or something. Send me a link to a dance piece of yours. I'd love to see it. That's so cool. Thank you for shooting out that message to me. I really appreciate it. Thank you all for supporting the channel, tuning in, having some fun here. Again, this is the not very well named Wednesday Irish Dance live stream, and I'd like to make this a consistent thing. Let me know what you think. Keep doing this, hanging out, answering your questions, doing some dancing, talking dance. Yeah, I'm in Chicago, so I'm in a little different place. I got my evil villain chair that rotates. I just need like a little cat or a little animal to like pet while talking. Got my tea, ready to go. Yeah, let's take this off. Got the music playing. I figure we'll stay on a little bit longer and we'll head on out. But this has been fun. I figure whenever I'm about here in my tea, so when it goes down, that's when we'll tune out from there. So if you have any questions, if you want to talk dance, let me know how your St. Patrick's Day was, where you're tuning in from, what you're working on. Let me know. Let the group know. Let's help each other out here. You guys dancing for competitions, for performance, just having fun. Are you just learning Irish dancing? Gotta love it. Gotta love the new guys. Hope you're all doing well. Let me know. All right. Do you have any hobbies outside of dancing? I love soccer. Outside of dancing, yeah, dancing is kind of most of my life. I was about to say tap dancing. Oh, that's dancing too. Oh boy. Video games. I love video games. I think more so because we haven't been able to do much of anything else this year. I would say traveling. I love traveling and I love exploring. I love seeing new places, trying new foods and new lands and doing all of that. I love all of that. But we're not that place yet, So we gotta wait a little bit more for that. But I'd say video games right now, the live streams, and yeah, all that. I enjoy techie stuff. So videography as well. I've been learning a lot about video cameras and all of that stuff over the pandemic, and learning more at that. Hopefully the videos look a little better these days. Yeah. Learn the Irish language. That would be fun. That would be a challenge because I remember trying to learn Spanish in school and being really bad at it. So that would be a challenge for me, I think. But I think it's such a beautiful language. Yeah, that's a good one. Well, that's a good thing. What have you guys been doing in your downtime? If you've had downtime, if you've been stuck at the house, have you been learning how to cook? Have you been Irish dancing? What have you been up to? Oh, what video games do you play? So, yeah, I'm a Nintendo person by trade. No, Nintendo. So, when the pandemic hit, Maddie and I really got into Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing was so fun. I didn't get it for a very long time. I was like, how do I win? What are we doing? Like, what do we? And Maddie'd be like, you're just catching fish and bugs and building houses, and vibing out. Like, how do you win? You don't win. You just keep doing this. And like, okay. And over time, I really appreciated kind of just how like chill it was. It kind of took my mind off a lot of things, which is great. Um, but I'm also a sucker for like the NBA 2K basketball and FIFA soccer and all that stuff too. So, music stopped for a second. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, I love to hear that. I've tried so hard to make the videos look a little better because I know, like, for some videos and stuff where you're just talking or whatever, like, the video quality doesn't have to be great, but, like, I'm teaching dance in my videos. So, not only does it have to sound good because I'm teaching sounds and rhythms, but I'm teaching footwork and I'm telling you to do this with your foot and do this in a very intricate way. And if the video's not good, then there's no way you're going to understand what is going on. So I've really took it upon myself to like learn as much as I can, actually from YouTube, like watching YouTube videos on how to improve your videos and all that. So yes, I'm so glad that the videos look better. Jordan, I spent my downtime practicing dance, of course. Good. Learning German. That's amazing. Probably reading a lot of space and aviation related books. That's really cool. Because I know that, I think it was America who got on Mars. We just like landed on Mars or something. And some of these HD photos and stuff that they're relaying back is so interesting. So I was learning videography and photography a little bit, photography on the side, but there's astrophotography. And if you've ever seen astrophotography, holy moly, it's the coolest thing ever. Um, Now I live in the city, so I'd probably have to drive out a little bit away from the city so there's less light. But I really want to try my hand at astrophotography. I think it's the coolest thing ever. That's so cool. Yeah. Aviation's fun. I miss going on planes. Can we use the steps you teach in our little shows? Of course you can. Yes. I don't really mention that too much in the steps, the stuff I'm teaching on the channel. I'm just happy to share what I do with you guys and if you'd like to use the stuff I teach at your shows, I take that as an honor. That's so cool. I would love to see one day. Every so often on social media or whatnot, I'll see like a group doing like a step or two, and a combination of mine or a step of mine happens, and I go, and I think it's the coolest thing ever. So for sure. If you'd like to use any of those steps, they're all yours, and they're you can do it to faster or slower music. I feel like those steps change the faster you make that tempo. Like if you do those steps to faster tempoed music, they get a whole lot crazier. I think they're great. So they're all go for it. Thanks for asking. I spent time dancing and playing. Oh, very good. What instruments do you play? Any Irish instruments by chance? I've always wanted to learn the uilleann pipes and the bodhrán. Those are Irish instruments. Oh, man. Ask Maddie about Stardew Valley. She's been trying to get me to play that for the past 2 weeks. She's been doing nothing but playing that. When she's not teaching or doing work, she's at home switching hand playing Stardew Valley. She didn't want to play it at first because it was that 8-bit kind of old school style artwork. It's not 3D lifelike graphics. She loves that stuff. So I was like, Stardew Valley's a more advanced Animal Crossing. You should try that. I've heard of it, from other people. I still haven't tried it. But she was like, nah, I don't. At first, she would want to do it because she didn't like the graphics. She didn't like the art style. Then she tried it, and she has not put down her Switch since. She's really trying to push me to play it. Apparently, there's a 2-player game. You can be in the same world together. Is that true? If that's possible, because she knows how to play it, I would feel more comfortable playing it if I was playing it with somebody who knew how to like keep the crops from not dying, and how to feed your chickens and stuff. Woo! Yeah. Dankeschön. Dankeschön. Vielen Dank. I used to know a few more phrases, but I've toured through Germany so much. I knew a few of those phrases, that you say at meet and greets, and people were like so grateful and all that stuff. I'd be like, thank you, thank you, thank you. I used to know more phrases when I toured there more often, but gotta read back up on that. Yeah, yeah. Tin whistle, fiddle, guitar, man. Okay, so basically everything. I'm not seeing a drum or any percussion there. No percussion? No drum kits or bongos or bowron or anything like that? No. I've seen, and actually I work with somebody on a one-on-one basis right now who still does. He plays drums. He's like a percussionist. He like all sorts of drums. He knows rhythm, like do 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 do. He knows how to do all that. And he saw Irish dancing. He saw hard shoot Irish dancing. He was like, oh, so that's like a drum kit for your feet. I need to learn that. And so we've been doing one-on-ones to learn to like make that mind muscle connection. Like we're doing those rhythms, but now with your feet without drumsticks. And it's been so interesting because he'll spit the rhythms. He'll be like treble and a da 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 da, and I'd be like, yeah, now do it with your feet, and it'll be a little bit slower. It'll be a little bit slow. It won't almost be. But he totally gets it. Um, yeah, he's actually one of my channel members. Segue. I have membership. On top of subscriptions, I have memberships on my channel that you can join the channel, support the channel further. I also have a Patreon. Uh, if you'd like to buy me a cup of coffee or a tea. But yeah, drums can be huge. So if you haven't picked that up, I'd say give some drums a try. Zach, how are we doing? So Zach, this guy, one of the best tap dancers I know, young prodigy of sorts, crazy rhythms. I met him when he was very young. Not really. Um, no, I met him. We were in the cast of Celtic Fire together 2 years ago. Jesus, it's been too long. And in that show, kind of like Riverdance, the tap dancers go up against the Irish dancers, and we had so much fun improving different solos and trades back and forth. Great rhythmic stuff. Really cool. He just did this video of him dancing in Los Angeles. He did a really good job on it. As somebody who's made a dance video or two, I appreciate fully the stuff that you put in that video. I think a lot of thought. The different scenes, the B-roll of you walking with your stage. Loved it. I thought it was very well done. A-okay. You got my approval for sure on that. So awesome stuff. I hope to see more from you soon. Hopefully we can all get out of this damn panic soon and and all dance together again very soon. Thanks for joining the stream for a little bit, dude. Appreciate it. Oh, and we're back to Stardew Valley. I have about 300 hours. Oh my gosh, you can play up to 4. Oh my gosh. I'm pretty sure multiplayer for the Switch just came out. Yes. Okay, sweet. So if I'm gonna start it, I need to start on somebody else's farm. I need to know what's going on. I can't be on just a little house and little house and not know what I'm doing. All my chickens and pigs will die right away because I don't know how to feed them or plant crops or water them. I need somebody who knows what they're doing. So sweet. I'm gonna move to Maddie's farm. That sweet. What I think is so cool about Stardew Valley. Sorry, not to talk. This is an Irish dancing live stream, but we're gonna talk about video games for 2 seconds. What I like about Stardew Valley, it was created by one guy. That's crazy. When you think of some of these video games that were made by 300, 400 people, Stardew Valley was made by one person. Look it up online. There's actually a video kind of documenting it. I thought it was really interesting. This guy had this idea, and it grew and grew and grew, and it became a huge success. So yeah, cool stuff. All right, I'm gonna try it. I'll definitely dive into it, and I'll let you know how it goes. Yes, just learning drums. All right, good, good, good. Because I mean, the stuff you learn in Irish dancing, kind of, would be similar to what you're learning in drums, like the rhythms and the tempo and all that stuff. It would go very hand in hand, hand and foot, literally. Jordan asks, how flexible am I? I used to be very flexible, but now I'm functionally flexible, meaning I'm flexible enough to A, not get injured by dancing, like, if I'm like super, tight or whatever, and I try and kick and I like break my foot. No, I'm flexible enough to not like injure myself, and I'm flexible enough to do the wheelhouse of tricks that I want to do, namely like, my hamstrings are pretty good still, so I can still kick pretty high and all that stuff. But back in my competitive years, I was beyond that. I was able to do a lot more. The more flexible you are, the easier dancing is, for the most part. I think that the balance you strike is you want strength in your legs and flexibility. And I feel that with most dancers, you're either one or the other, and whichever one you're not, you're constantly working at. So if you're super flexible, you're probably not the strongest. You probably don't have the strongest legs, so you have to like build the strength in your legs to like meet that flexibility. Or what I was, my legs were always super strong. I was able to jump off the floor. I have tremendous like amplitude off the floor, but then when I'd get in the air, I wouldn't be able to kick my leg for anything. Like couldn't at all. I had zero flexibility, so I had to really work at flexibility. I had to stretch a lot, and I still do. But in my competitive years, I stretched every morning, night, before class, after class, and back in the day, there were these things called commercials when you watch TV, and during commercials, I would always drop into like a certain stretch or two. Nowadays, we just watch Netflix, and there's no ads, so no these commercials, Finnegan, how we doing? My sis does Irish dance. Can you please give her a shout out? Hey sis, Finnegan sis, how are we doing? Nice to meet you virtually, kind of, sort of, not really, but hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, good stuff. Thank you, Finnegan. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Zach, definitely took inspiration from your. Oh, thanks, man. It reminded me a little bit of one of my videos I did up actually near a hill nearby. Old School Forest Preserve has a big sledding hill, and I did a video up on top of that hill. The 10-click step, where part of it I was like walking with my board, and then but you had multiple locations. I thought that was really cool. And it kind of went with the tune, like during the interlude, during the different verses, you would go to like a different place, and then when it would drop into the hook, you were back into dancing. That was really cool. You had a good story. Yeah, good stuff. Gotten stronger too. Definitely with the rhythms and all that. So, damn. Hopefully, Celtic Fire comes back, or if we're hopefully Irish dance and tap dance shows come back in the future. I know they will, but hopefully a lot of them. And hopefully we can tour together again. Like, residencies are fun, but like tour is where it's at, where you get to see different places, go to different venues and all that stuff. So yeah. All right, brother. Okay. Saoirse. I know that one. Ha. I do know that name. Shout out to Saoirse, who is an Irish dancer. Keep on dancing, and yeah. Hi. It's probably a good enough shout out there. How long has she been dancing for? I'm pretty sure Saoirse is just a a girl name, right? Yeah. Oh, well, it's sister. Sister. Yeah. It's a wonderful name. Yeah. I I think it's one of the prettiest like Irish names out there, but I think it's also one of the hardest ones to pronounce. In America, it's like it's a little tricky. Yeah. I have a niece named Tierney, and my sister wanted to name her Tierney with like the Irish spelling, which is like Thieabmy, like a bunch of different, like nobody would be able to pronounce it here in America. And all of us, our whole family was like, how about the name is great, but let's maybe do it the phonetic way so that everybody can pronounce it. So I hope everybody, Saoirse, we need to get that. I mean, there's a really famous actress, right? That's Saoirse. So I think it's becoming more of a common name. Yeah, I had a friend in high school. His name was Neve. I think it was with like the M and the B and all of that. I remember like a lot of people, a lot of teachers and people not being able to pronounce that. But I think that's another amazing name too. Siobhan. I have a friend, Siobhan. Yeah. Now, if you look at Siobhan, you would like. There's a YouTube actually. I think it's like a BuzzFeed video of like people trying to pronounce Irish names. It's fantastic because it's so true. It's like you want to pronounce them right, um, and in that video, none of them are pronounced correct. And then they're like, oh, it's Siobhan, and they're like, oh, that's an amazing name, huh? Where'd the B come from? Yep, yep. Here we go. Here's some more Irish names. So Tierney, that's Tierney, and my sister wanted to name her daughter that that spelling. Now it's instead it's Tierney, the phonetic way, but that's the Irish way, and we were all like, "That's so pretty and it looks great," but like nobody's gonna pronounce that correctly for her, And I know this one. It's like Aoife, right? Aoife. Now this one's like Kiva. No. Yeah, isn't it like that? Kiva. Guys, you're putting me on the spot with this test. How do you pronounce that? I think it's like Kiva. So I feel like the M is always like a V, like a v sound. Kiva. I might have gotten that wrong. Yeah, Kiva. There we go. Sweet. Yes. Let's go. Yeah, so I have a sister, I have an older sister, and two younger brothers. We all Irish danced. My not old mother. My mother Irish danced before us, and my grandmother Irish danced before her. So it runs in the family a little bit, you could say. My dad was a uh, collegiate soccer player at Notre Dame, fighting Irish. Another leg heavy sport. So, I was the product of that. I was hoping I'd get my mother's genes for flexibility, but unfortunately, I got my dad's. My dad has terrible flexibility, so I have always had to work at that. But I got his strength at least, so I have that. Yeah, yeah. We all dance. There's actually a video on my YouTube somewhere where I'm dancing with Ian. Yeah. Well, thank you. I could. I think that would be a very fun thing to do. Right now, I am a little, a little busy. And I'm thankful for that. Hey, last year I was not busy at all. I think if I was in last year's shoes, I'd probably pick up some Gaelic, some Irish language. right now things are starting to pick up again, which is great. I'm doing more workshops again. I'm starting to travel a bit. I got my vaccine 2 days ago, the first of two. So hey, we're on our way. We're on our way to we're on the up and up. So it's something I'm thankful for. I think like I don't have as much time on my hands anymore because things are somewhat starting to come back to normal. It's not yet. We still all need to be safe. Wear your masks, all of that stuff. But we're getting better. We're getting in a better place. Guys, this has been fun. We've been live for an hour and 47 minutes. It doesn't feel like that. Ba-ding. I like how that one ends. Any unpleasant symptoms after the jab? I I think. Are you referring to the vaccine? Because I've heard a lot of people got you get sick, you get some weird symptoms afterwards. I got it right here in the left shoulder here, and the only thing I got was unpleasant was a little soreness here. Like not enough. Like I was worried. I was only worried that I would have to break my workout schedule. Like, 'cause I'm on a very rigid gym schedule where I'm going most days of the week, working on something or other. And the day after the vaccine, I had a shoulder workout day. So I was like, oh, I hope that doesn't. And it was sore, but not bad enough that I couldn't go. So I was worried about that. But so I was able to. I was fine. But that's all I got. I've been sore. Now I've been told. So I got the Pfizer vaccine. I was told that the second one is what knocks you out. So I'm getting that in April, and I planned out my schedule the next 2 days. Actually, the second day, so I'm getting it on a Monday. So hopefully I'm just knocked out for Monday and Tuesday, so that we can we're doing the Wednesday live streams. Yeah. Otherwise, I'll go live and I'll be not feeling great. So hopefully I do all right. Yeah. Dancing runs in the family. So here's the thing about flexibility: anybody can get it. Now I will say, some it's a lot easier than others. Some it just happens. Not the case for me or anybody in my family. Like my brothers, my sister, we all had terrible flexibility. We all got my dad's flexibility, so we all had to stretch in the morning, stretch at night, stretch before class, after we got home from school. We were constantly stretching, and yeah, I was able to kick as high as the other guys in my competition by doing that. I'm sure they had to stretch a whole lot less, but I was able to meet them on that. Flexibility is one of those things that if you want it, you can definitely get it. There's nothing in your way outside of putting in the work and putting in the time, which is awesome. I think a lot of things actually in Irish dancing are like that. If you put in the work, you put in the time, it'll happen. You know, um, beautiful thing. I think. Now, unfortunately, we live in the world of instant gratification. We go on YouTube and we see finished product of these dancers, and on Instagram and all that. You see the finished product of these great steps and performances, and you're like, wow, it's amazing. I could never do that. Well, what you don't see, it's kind of like an iceberg. You see only the tip of the iceberg. Underneath the water is all the work and the years of training and all the stuff they're doing outside of that video to make that dancing possible. So it's a little trickier nowadays than normal. And I find that the real challenge in understanding, there's a lot more to work, and it's totally possible, but there's work involved. Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah, this is about the vaccine. Yeah, the jab. Kapah. Just a little sore. Wasn't too bad though. For people who are nervous around needles, like I have a little bit of a nervousness around needles, like the big ones. It that whole part of it was so easy. It's not so bad, guys. Thanks for all the channel. Yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed the content. And if any of you would like to support the channel further, I now have a Patreon where you can be a patron of the channel. It's like $3. It's like the price of a coffee. But it allows me to spend more time working on the channel, doing things like this, making more videos. Yeah, so I appreciate that. That's available. Um, I should be wearing like one of my shirts or something, but I do have a merchandise uh, shop that has like my logo that easy like that has that on it. It's cool stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Second dose. Oh yeah, second dose is really tricky. Yeah. Are you gonna get a plastic vaccine card? We get them in Hungary. Oh, cool. So we got a card that kind of gives us the information that, like, yes, I got my first, and then the schedule of, like, in 3 weeks, this day you return and do that, and they're gonna put a little check mark there too. And my mother was like, "We're gonna laminate that once you get the second one. You should." I definitely believe that that's gonna be a part of our like travel documentation moving forward. You know, if you're going from one country to another, you probably have to prove in one way or another that you are vaccinated. So, I don't know. Not to, we're kind of shifting away from Irish dancing, but I think travel-wise, I'm sure there's going to be something where we have to show some sort of documentation that we're safe and all of that. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah, nothing's official here, but we do get a card. So I'm going to hold on to that for sure, and I'll probably laminate it like my mom says. Not a bad idea. Hey, it's Sydney. How are we doing? Watching on YouTube while sitting outside my daughter's Irish dance studio. Yeah, say hi to all the dance moms out there. Hope you're all doing well, having dance class. That's great that we're doing more dance classes, hopefully safely and all that, spaced and distanced and safe and more safe. Yeah, hopefully it's all going well. Um, that's great. Yeah, we're doing. This is the Wednesday Irish dance live stream, not to be confused with the Tuesday Irish. No, I think Wednesdays. Yeah, we're gonna try and do this most Wednesdays. Um, yeah, it's going well. Will you teach some steps in soft shoes, boys reel? Yeah, I'd love to. We could just teach some soft shoe steps. I have not done that very much on this channel. And if it wasn't 2 hours into the live stream, I would probably put on the soft shoes and do one right now. But I might save that for the next live stream if that's okay. Um, any type of dance requests, yeah, we'll probably push that to the next live stream at this point because we've already done a good bit of dancing. So maybe for next time, if you have any like dance requests or anything like that, try and get them out like super early so we can do as many of those as possible. So I would love to do some steps, and some of the more beginner, introductory, or intermediate steps can really be done boys and girls. The difference being, you know, like boys have a different type of shoe that has the clicky heels attached to them, and the girls have gillies, a little bit different, more of a balletic shoe. But they can both be done pretty much the same. So we'll set that up for next time. But I love that. I have not done enough soft shoe on this channel. Are authorized to enter certain places around it. Vaccinated. Wow, really? It makes sense though. Like, I totally understand why they would do that, and I bet you that'll be the new way of the world. Some things are gonna last, out of this damn panic, and I think things like that are gonna be something, like showing documentation more commonly throughout. Is just gonna be a new norm. Zoom is definitely a new norm. I taught 0 live or virtual classes before last March, and now I teach so much on Zoom and all that. So yeah, it's a new way of the world for sure. But thankful for all the inventions and all that stuff. To have. Thankfully, we have the internet and things like that to stay connected. Through all this. I want to become a patron, but I don't want to pay every month. Can I pay one payment for the whole year? Now they had different things, different ways to do it. I liked just the month thing. So I think the way it works is it's just like a subscription where sometimes with like Netflix and stuff like that, I'll like renew my subscription, and the next day I'll like cancel it, so I just have the month that I renewed it for. If that's better for you, I think that's how it would work. You would sign up, you'd become a patron, you'd pledge your first month, and then you can opt out right after that. They have it in other ways where you only pay after I post things, but I'm so all over with that. I feel like the monthly thing is way more consistent in that I wouldn't if I drop 30 videos in 12 days, I wouldn't want to have to charge. There's a lot of different ways. Some do that a yearly thing, and that just also didn't seem very consistent. So if that helps, you could pledge to be a patron for the first month, see how it is. I do a lot of stuff on there. Obviously, nothing content-wise. I don't paywall any of my content, so you're not going to get anything more in that sense, on Patreon. But I definitely reach out to you guys on more of a personal level. I talked to a few of my patrons, some of my first ones, about live streams and about what are you looking for content-wise moving forward. And so it's a bit more. It's a way to be more connected to this channel and where the direction we're going. So there's some extra little tidbits over there if you're interested. Yeah, hopefully that answered it. Yeah. Studio's doing a great job trying to take lots of talk. Yeah. So this is Sydney. She's a fantastic person. I work with her daughter on a one-on-one lesson, and yeah, she dances down in Texas. They're doing a good job. Smaller classes, smaller sizes, masks, perfect. Masks work. My older sister is a doctor and is in the front lines right now, still fighting the good fight. And I get all my information from her, and she says, Tyler, masks work. Keep your masks on. So whenever I run my workshops or do anything, I keep my mask on the whole time. Knock on wood. It's been doing good so far. Masks work. Yeah, good. Some people are outraged by that and say it's discriminating against people who... Yeah, well, I don't know. Not sure where I fall on that. I think, I think vaccines work. We have to believe in those professionals, trying to help us. And that keeps us safe, The more we can vaccinate people, the more safe we can be. It's a team effort. Team effort. Yeah, damn panic. I've been hearing that tossed around too much. I'm like, that's exactly what it is. It's the damn panic. Ugh. We're getting it. Yeah. I think my Chicago accent slides out too when I call it the damn panic. So. Oh, okay. I saw a U.S. news story today saying to make sure you keep your vaccine. Yeah, we've got a bit of a tangent talking about vaccines and just getting the world back to normal. And I think part of the new normal will be having these vaccine cards, I like to do a lot of work in other countries, Canada, overseas, in Europe and whatnot. And I have not been able to do that all year. But I think in the future, yeah, things like this, like a card that's like, hey, I've received my up-to-date vaccines, I'm safe, you know, so that we can all be on the same page. Yeah, I think that's definitely gonna be a new norm. And hi. I think that's gonna be a new norm for sure. Definitely, definitely. All right, guys. I think we're gonna call it for today. Um, I am. Oh, spoke a little bit, but I am out of tea. That is the end of our live stream today. Again, I'm hoping to do this again next Wednesday. I think at the same time again. We might start a little bit earlier. Still kind of playing around with that, but Wednesday Irish Chance live streams. I think that's going to be a thing. Let's keep it going. Thanks for your support. Thanks for tuning in. If you'd like to support the channel further, I have a Patreon. You can become a patron of the channel. Thank you to my 9 patrons. Where are my 9 patrons? Where are they at? Hold on. New window. My 9 patrons. Thank you, Vit, Ian, Timo, Catherine, Mashka, Bessie, Rob, Chloe, and my favorite, Fluffy Kittens. My favorite name, Fluffy Kittens. My patrons, thank you so much for your added support. Yeah, this has been fun. Hopefully, my mic wasn't too bad this live stream. Again, my portable nice one broke, so I had to send that in to get replaced. So it'll be back hopefully by next time. Back in Chicago, so we got the checkerboard floor again. Yeah, so we'll do more dancing next week. We'll have more fun. Yeah, thanks for the chats. This has been good. You all stay good, happy dancing, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, take care, guys. Bye bye. Good afternoon. Thank you. Okay. Bye bye bye.